Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for my dear Cancers, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. This is going to be your full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, which is taking place on June 5th, and it's taking us all the way until July 5th when we have our next full moon in Capricorn. So lunar eclipses are about polarity and relationships, and this one is asking us to look closely at our wants, our needs, and where we might be lacking in our lives. This particularly concerns the logical versus the intuitive, details versus higher truths. And ideally, we're being asked to strike a balance between the two. The Sagittarius energy of this full moon highlights communication, attitude, and our sense of adventure. Something's been building inside of us, and now it's time to let it out. All right, guys, this brings me to my last message. And if you guys are looking to do any healing work, I encourage you to check out my friend Maria Paz Healing. She's a Reiki master and powerful healer, and I've linked her website down below in the description box. So please check her out if you guys are interested. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this reading. This is for my Cancer babies out there, my fellow Cancers. We're going to invite spirit, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, spirit guides, and ascended masters to this space to deliver the messages that we need to hear. Messages for Cancer from June 5th through July 5th. Messages for Cancer from June 5th to July 5th. Messages for Cancer from June 5th through July 5th. Ooh. Ooh, Cancer. I was going to say, you guys are feeling passionate about something. Moving towards someone or something. Got those Cancer juices flowing. Okay. You know, I like this because I'm using the After Tarot. So what it does is it shows the regular Rider-Waite images, but what would happen, you know, a few seconds to a few minutes afterwards. So sometimes the pictures are kind of funny. The overall message here is the Four of Pentacles. This is this is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. More accurately, it's Sun in Capricorn. And the Four of Pentacles here, you can see it depicts that transition, change, death comes to all of us. It doesn't matter who you are or how much you have. Now, this is interesting because this is somebody who's been really holding on to the 3D. And as many of you know, on the global stage to our personal lives, there have been these huge transitions, and it doesn't matter who you are, if you're the president or if you are a grocery store worker or anybody in between, okay? And it doesn't matter where you are, if you're in the United States, if you're in Australia, if you're in India, if you're in England, right? Every single one of us have experienced some sort of change, some sort of transition, and we're going through this major change. And so it's really important to get your priorities straight. Figure out what it is that's important to you. Also, what it is that you need to let go of. Is there something that you're holding on to that's holding you back? Is it a relationship that no longer works for you? Okay, we do have this, my card of contracts and marriage, which is in reverse. So some of you, this could be a verbal or a non-verbal or written agreement. It could be with a business. It could be with a person. It could be a contract that you made with yourself. Okay, and maybe you've been so strict and it's getting in the way of you actually enjoying and reaping the benefits of your life and your actions and your decisions. So what's beautiful is this Four of Pentacles, this energy is in the reverse, which is nice because this means, my Cancers, you're stepping into the flow. Okay, and it's beautiful because you're going to dissolve blocks that way, letting go. And Cancers, we have these pinchers, we have these claws, we hold on tight. We're one of the signs, we're very, very hard to let go of things that we love or that we care for or that bring us comfort, even if they've overstayed their welcome, even if they're no longer beneficial for us. Okay, so that message there is very, very clear, but I see that you guys are doing the work. Now, I love this energy because you guys are showing up, or we are showing up, as the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands represents that Scorpio and that Sagittarius energy. Okay, right, that period, that would be November, December. So you might want to look back to that time period as to what you were trying to manifest, or, you know, did you start, what were you doing at that period of time? Was there an important decision? Was there something that you started to let go of? Or it could be really that this reading is going to take us all the way through retrograde, all the way through the eclipse season, and you're really going to see the manifestations of whatever you're consulting this reading about in that November, December time period. Okay. Now, the Knight of Wands is beautiful energy because he's passion, he's adventure. For some of you, this is about wanting to travel. You have places you want to go, you have people you want to see. This is this like unbridled passion. This is charisma. This is really, diplomacy as well. You know, the Knight is you know, he's doing the work for the king, you know, so he's very diplomatic. He's traveling overseas, or he's traveling across the country, or he's going to a different city. So some of you might be contemplating a move, and I feel like it's a fairly big move. Okay, it's more than just sort of changing house. And for some of you, you might be moving towards somebody. You might have this undeniable attraction to someone else. You might be meeting them, you might have met them online, you might know exactly who this is, but it's a really beautiful, it's a beautiful energy. Okay, and I love seeing that with the Ace of Cups, because for a lot of you, this is going to be union. Some of you might have received messages or might have met somebody from a past life during this Venus retrograding in Gemini period. Okay, and it's going to be more solidified towards that November, December time period. Okay, for some of you. For others of you, it's not about union, right? It's just about passion. It's about wanting to move forward. It's wanting to break free. It's wanting to spread your wings and fly, like we're seeing this Knight, you know, dashing through the air. Now, what you project, how you project yourself to the world, or what truth your relationships are. So you've got the Three of Cups in reverse. So for some of you, you might feel like, I'm really getting that some of you might have a delayed union, or for some of you, you might have had a marriage or a big celebration that was put off due to the pandemic. And we could see you as, you know, being a little bit upset, a little bit sad about this because the union didn't come when it was supposed to. But I really feel this healthy dose of optimism. And with the Three of Cups in reverse, it really takes me back to that Two of Cups. So that's why I was really getting that union. For some of us, it's going to be soulmates, life partners, twin flame union. For others of us, it's finding that emotional balance, and it's finding, you know, doing something, participating in a job, an adventure, a project, a creative journey, you know, anything that's going to be giving as much as it's taking, okay, where you're going to be met halfway. And I really love that energy for us Cancers. Now, what's blocking your desires and your goals is this Ace of Cups. Okay, but I have to tell you, I still feel like this is really powerful, because I feel like deep down, this is what's driving this Knight. You know, we see this Ace of Cups and we see him launching off of this, and it's showing up in the upright. So it's really about a new beginning. For some of my Cancers out there, you really have to believe it. It could be something, again, that you've started manifesting a while back. Okay, this could be 2019, you know, sort of the end of 2019, all of the work that you were doing. and really sort of believing that you are worthy of love and that you're worthy of this blessing, and that also that you are this divine being that, you know, that can stand in unconditional love and receive all of the abundance that is your birthright. And, you know, this is emotional fulfillment, and this is starting a new journey. So I really feel like, Cancer, you just have to believe it. You have to know it, and that you deserve it. Okay, and I can see that you feel it. You're like, okay, what am I waiting for? What am I waiting for? And for some of you, it is the pandemic, or it is being able to actually physically travel. Okay, or there's some other things that you have to clear up before you can really sort of jumpstart whatever this is for you. Now, the next card out is what you need to do to overcome these obstacles. Well, you get the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So you have two aces in this reading, which for me, Cancer, doesn't matter if they're upright or they're in the reverse. This is a huge blessing, and there's a new beginning that's coming to you. So please, please, please make sure you guys are working with the moon, setting your intentions, working with law of attraction. I'm getting some of you guys are setting up your crystal grids, and just believe it, because this is yours. These double aces are a huge blessing of a new beginning in love and finance for something that has longevity and a real possibility of success. But going back to that, what do you need to do to overcome? You have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, which for me is always a feeling of a missed opportunity. Don't miss this opportunity. Cancers, you have to believe it. You have to believe your worth, and that you're worthy of this love and of this abundance and of this job, of this information, of this ascension. Some of you guys are going to be reaching these higher levels of ascension. You know, I'm getting Kundalini awakenings. I'm getting, you know, I'm just getting all of these like masterful, amazing spiritual downloads. And I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. I feel it, you guys. I feel it. So I'm going to ask you to claim this reading, please, because you deserve it. You deserve it. Now, the next card out is what you can do within in order to help achieve your desires. Look at this. I didn't even see this card. I hadn't taken a close look at this. This is the Eight of Wands, Law of Attraction. Remember that the original Rider-Waite, these 8 wands, these were Cupid's arrows. These were wands of love. And so for some of you guys, this is setting your intentions. Now, remember with Law of Attraction, it's really important that, first of all, that you stand and you come from a place of gratitude. And if you're having a hard time, you know, really figuring out what you want, okay, or what it is you need, or what is for your highest good and for those around you, it's really important to start meditating on, first of all, what you're grateful for. Your successes, your perceived failures, all of the experiences that you've had that have gotten you to this point, and then also the things in your life that you're grateful for, you know, a roof over your head, you know, a loving spouse, your children, your pets, you know, clean, fresh water, food on the table, you know, what is it, you know, what you're grateful for, and that's where you guys can start. It's really important, you know, with this card is that law of detachment. So set your intentions. You may revisit them. I write mine down. But, you know, and specifically like in a new moon journal, you guys can choose to do that. Some people like to write them down and bury them in the garden, and then, you know, have this visual of watching them grow and coming to life. I think that's always so beautiful. But it is important then that you use the law of detachment. You have to meet spirit halfway. You have to take the steps, okay, to meet spirit halfway and allow spirit the time and the space to deliver your intentions to you. Remember that divine timing is always at work here, but you cannot micromanage the how, the when, the where of these intentions. So make sure you're not being overly specific. And remember, you can't manifest a particular person. So for some of my Cancers out there, you're definitely, you know, you're falling in love, or you're very passionately driven to move in a new direction. Don't try to micromanage it, okay? Allow spirit the time and the space, okay, the distance to deliver what it is you're asking for. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So the Four of Wands is my 1111 card. So for some of you, again, this is, you know, with the Three of Cups in reverse taking me back to the Two of Cups and the Four of Wands, for some of you, this is definitely soulmate, twin flame union, okay? Now, You know, this is what you can learn from the outside world or others to help you manifest your goals and your desires. I really think these 4 cards coming out in reverse is no coincidence. It's about being released from certain contracts. Now, 1111 for me is a twin flame card or a soulmate card. It's also one of the happiest cards in the deck. It's the minor arcana version of the sun. Now, the 4 of Wands represents that fire energy, but more specifically, it's Saturn and Leo. Okay, and we do have Saturn retrograding right now, so do check and see how that's affecting your chart personally, and that might really help you work through, you know, what's going on here in this reading and for more specific information. But I also feel like it's remembering there's something here that you have to release, and it might be, you know, it could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be someone that you're just very emotionally attached to, it could be whatever you have, Cancer, as a security blanket. Okay, whatever that might be, you know, it could be, you know, it could be a food that no longer serves you. It could be alcohol. It could be anything. Okay, and it's going to be different for each and every one of you. But this is showing up in the reverse, and this is sort of the need to break this contract. And a lot of you have come to this lifetime, okay, in order to do that, and in order to finally heal and clear a karmic contract. Okay, and that's going to be really important. Some of you might be in union, and I need to tell you this with your twin flames, okay, that for, you know, for some twin flames, the journey doesn't mean being life partners or soulmates. So again, you might be meeting in the 5D, you will always have that connection, nothing is missing, but it may not be here in the 3D. Okay, and that's okay. And that doesn't mean you can't be happy. It doesn't mean you can't find love. It doesn't mean that you can't, you know, be in union, because you'll always have each other in the 5D. And I feel like that's really, really important. For others of you, you'll know it. Your higher self will be sending off little alarm bells. There's a karmic completion that needs to take place. And then that opens up the door. That's this release, and this Knight of Wands comes charging out the gates, right, and towards his or her destiny. So Cancer, awesome reading so far. So you get the final outcome card as the 8 of Swords. So normally I would not be as excited as I am right now, okay, but this is the after tarot. And the 8 of Swords is somebody coming to help you. This is somebody who has been kidnapped, or something in their life has sort of hijacked, you know, their emotions, really in a state of anxiety and fear-based thinking, panic, overthinking things. It's exhausting. It's scary. Somebody who's stuck on the coulda, woulda, shoulda-haves and the what ifs. But guess what? Take a look at this card. This is the after tarot, and somebody has come to cut the ties that bind her. For some of you guys, I just got chills, but like romantic chills. And for some of you, it's not, right? For some of you, it's going to be romantic, and I'm picking up on that. But for some of you, it's not. It's somebody. It could any sort of soulmate energy, a friend, a partner, a family member coming to help you, coming to your rescue. Okay, so, you know, I might have a little crab out there who's stuck in a weird little riptide, or being hit with a wave and being bounced around. And this is somebody coming up and picking up my dear crab and putting them safely on land, or back in the sea, wherever it is they want to be, right? Because we are that versatile. All right, so what's beautiful about this is someone coming to meet you halfway, somebody hearing your answering your prayers. So for some of you guys, you know, Swords energy is about communication. So this is, you know, many of you working with archangels and spirit guides, your ancestors, hearing your prayers and taking them up in the wind to where they need to go so they can be heard. And this is respite, this is relief. And for some of us Cancers out there, this is union, right? Oh, it's beautiful. This is so exciting. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the energy oracle to get additional messages for my Cancers from June 5th through July 5th. Messages for my Cancers from June 5th through July 5th. Messages for my Cancers from June 5th through July 5th. All tied up. Look at that confirmation. Some of you are tied up in a karmic contract. Okay, and this is all about releasing that relationship, that person. For others of you, it might be a job that isn't giving you an equal, you might have a lot of gossiping at work. You might have a bit of backstabbing. For some of you, it's being released from a group. Maybe it's a spiritual group or, a particular belief system that no longer resonates with you. Okay, but yeah, that double confirmation. 88, remember, 8s are really about manifestation as well. And look at that. You have 3 8s on the ground. Do you, or am I just making that up? No, I'm making it up. Sorry, you guys. Just making stuff up for you. But I did think this is a number 5, but it really echoes the 8 of Swords. So you have these 8s coming out that might have a specific significance to you, or you might be seeing 88 a lot, or 888. Okay, woman holding a coin. 42 breaks down to the number 6. This is my card of Venus. This is, Venus rules love and money. And what I love about this woman holding a coin, for me, she's a blend of the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. So this is passion. This is also stability. This is, Wands energy is that ether energy, but she has this ability to attract who and what she wants without even lifting a finger, because she's aligned and because her power is so innate. I think I'm seeing in my mind's eye the Queen of Wands with her staff. She's sitting on the, on the ground with her feet firmly planted, legs slightly spread, channeling Mother Earth Gaia, which would be that Pentacles energy, that Earth energy for that abundance. So this is beautiful. For some of you, this is, you may be in the feminine. You may be more of the divine feminine in whatever relationship this might be, or this is you attracting, right? Because you're really coming out there as that masculine energy of the Knight of Wands. So this is beautiful. Remember that, Spirit is said to have gifted people who are extremely adventurous and really take advantage of life's pleasures and excitements with a black cat as protection. Okay, so some of you out there might, I get your kitty, kind of curling up to you. Might have a house cat. You might specifically have a black cat. Black cats are so special. Okay, and then you get envy, number 20. Yeah, so I don't pick up this being your energy. I think, some of the challenges as you're working through this, whatever you're releasing here, okay, is going to, I think a lot of people are going to recognize how tied up you really were, and they're going to look at you and the courage and just the power I'm picking up on this Knight of Wands energy. And it's going to be something that people are going to talk about. 3 of Cups in reverse. This is people talking behind your back. It's like people, not that we do that right now or anymore even, I don't think, but it's like, it's that workspace. For some of you, this is taking place at work. It could be a relationship, or it could just be, promotions, but it's people around the water cooler gossiping, and, they're envious because because your prayers are being answered here, Cancer. Okay, so just, that's not a call to paranoia. It's just, it's just the reality that you've been doing the work. This Law of Attraction card for me is like, you've been setting your intentions, you've been aligning, you've been working on healing, you've been doing the shadow work. I can feel the pulse of the collective listening and how powerful you really are. And, people are going to notice that also, that internal light that will be shining outward. So like this major Cancer glow up, I see you whistling. Ooh, I just got a massive ringing in my ears. Hold on. Ooh, it made me dizzy a little bit. Okay, so we're close. But a massive, I see somebody whistling. I see somebody who, through whatever this is, whatever this attraction is, if it's a relationship or, it's like, maybe some of you have a side hustle that's really starting to take off. And I feel like whatever this is, you're keeping it very close to your chest, right? Because we see that also in the Four of Pentacles, even though he's releasing. But, you might not be really talking to a lot of people yet because you can feel this build up. And remember, that's the energy of this Sagittarius full moon, is something has been building within us and it's time to let it out. Okay. And when you do, even if you don't spill the beans, you don't lay it all out on the table for everyone, people are going to pick up on that Cancer glow. Yeah, like that Cancer glow up. Yeah, Cancer, you guys. And then you get hostilities. Yeah. What's interesting here is you get, again, for some of you, this is karmic completion. Okay, for some of you, this is going to be ending. It could be a work contract. It could be a marriage. It could be a long-term relationship. And I think that whatever you're moving towards, even if it's, I'm not leaving you for someone, I'm leaving you for, my spirituality, or, I'm joining I don't know, whatever it might be, whatever. I do get that, there are these hostilities. So there's like gossip and there's envy. So, but I want you to know that any of the reactions that you're receiving is because they're envious of you finding that strength and that courage, of you up-leveling, of you finding somebody who matches your energy, of you bringing in the abundance that you've been working so hard towards, you becoming, whether it's independently wealthy. Now remember, wealth is different for all of us. You having enough time to sleep in on, during the week, you being able to work from home, you being able to, to maybe just to be financially independent. And so people, you might feel some hostilities, you might feel that envy. Cancer, please run your own race. Some of you, whatever this is, you're releasing, and it's linked to this Four of Wands energy. Okay, it's just going to be people reacting to this. Okay, and it may be a necessary, it may just be part of the process, but Spirit really wants you to focus on moving forward, and the gift that is this reading: 2 aces, a new beginning, love, stability, abundance. At the bottom of the deck, you get the Thinking Woman. This is always my Kate Middleton card, right? She looks like royalty. But she is, this is also this, it could be this message. It could also be one of your guides if you're connecting with your guides through prayer and meditation, or an angel, or it could be somebody that you're meeting. And again, it could be who this knight is moving towards. This is the Thinking Woman, but she's about to take you up that staircase. This woman might even just be you or your higher self. Okay, so remember, we all have masculine and feminine energies, and she's taking you through this ascension process, and she's offering you all the information that you could need. Cancer, I'm so proud of you guys. I am so proud of you. And it's not going to be easy. You hear me say it in all of these readings. Every blessing has its challenge, and vice versa. Okay, so, and Cancers, we're not really into conflict, right? We have this tendency to go into our shell. Oh no, this is gonna hurt. Oh gosh. And also, Cancers, we're such sentient beings, and we're naturally, by nature, we're empathic. So even if we want to do something for ourselves, I know that a majority of us worry about hurting the other person. And again, that's a thought process that has to end, that has to give way for you to step into your own power. Remember, there's enough for everyone to go around, and there's no reason that you have to be stuck in a situation that's not resonating with you or doesn't align with you, work, relationships, whatever it might be, okay, because you feel like if you really reach out and grab your happiness or your abundance, that you're taking away from somebody else's. That's just not true. The universe has an infinite supply of abundance, okay? So I really, I feel like I need to tell somebody that. I need to tell myself that. you know? Okay. Owl spirit, you see clearly now. 43 breaks down to a 7. Okay, so yeah, things are becoming very clear. And again, that 8 of Swords energy, somebody coming, even if it's another aspect of yourself, because we have the masculine and the feminine, even if you are now privy to information that's really going to take the blindfold off, and you're going to realize that you were making things out to be much worse than they really were, and that you actually have all of this power. I'm getting massive ringing in my ears, you guys. Sorry. Yeah, so we must be on to something. All right, so number 7 is the number, you know, of the path of the mystic. It's, you know, the yogi. This is, you know, really surrendering to spirit. And, you know, the owl, this is a sign of Athena. Some of you might, you know, you might be working with Athena at this time, or might have read or might hear about Athena after this reading. But this is about knowledge, and the owl is about wisdom. The owl is also a hunter, okay, and a night bird. So again, Cancers were ruled with the moon, by the moon, sorry. So again, some of you might be taking this moonlit journey where things are going to feel a little bit weird and a little bit scary, whatever this release is. It may be walking alone after, you know, years of being at the same job or with the same person, or whatever this means for you. Okay, but at the end, you know, walking through this forest at nighttime, this is the image I'm getting. When you get to the other side, you're going to, you know, there's a huge gift waiting for you, and that's that Ace of Cups and this Ace of Pentacles. And, you know, the Knight of Wands is interesting because the Knight can't live a small life. It's just not possible. You know, the small, comfortable life isn't for the Knight. He has to go where his passion takes him. Okay, but there's a don't risk being a martyr either, you know, plan, you know, take measured risks, okay, because you will be facing some challenges, hostilities, and envy, and you can't get in your head about it, Cancer. Oh, dear spirit, dear spirit. Oh, I love deer. Look at that. Just soak that in, you guys. Oh, they're so beautiful, aren't they? Bring a gentle touch. So again, this is you. I feel like this is your Cancer energy when you're met with hostilities and envy, you know, that desire for us to sort of hide in our shell. Look at this at the bottom. You get Hawk Spirit, let Spirit be your guide. Yeah, I'm going to leave that out there for you. Let Spirit be your guide, because that's just an echo of some of the messages I was giving you earlier. But this dear spirit, bring a gentle touch. Again, a lot of you guys are probably gentle by nature. And also, I think this is be gentle with yourself during this transition, because this is not easy. But what the beautiful part of this card being in the reverse is, you know, during this test period when death and transition comes to all of us, but another reading of this card is, you know, you have passed the test, so you're going to move freely towards what it is that's calling you, okay? And that's beautiful energy, Cancer. I told you, you guys are doing the work. You guys are stepping up. Run your own race, Cancer. You do what's best for you.